Guys, welcome back to the Rollin' On channel. If it's your first time joining us, my name's Zach, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be putting a dolly on the bottom of this bandsaw, as well as figuring out what's going on inside of here. I ordered new rubber for the top and bottom wheels. And then once that project's finished and this thing's cutting like butter again, I plan on making a little enclosure for this router table. If you're interested in tagging along for the adventure, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I would be delighted to share upcoming projects. Anyhow, along to the video. So if you've never seen these before, Harbor Freight sells these. This was $42, tax included. Basically it wraps around the legs of this and makes a nice little dolly. You just have to cut out the wood for these metal brackets. So that's what we're going to be doing, is assembling this all together. Look at how pretty that end grain is. Oh look, my wood's splitting right here. That's pretty cool. This is going horrendously poorly. My wood split over here. This thing's up at an angle. I'm gonna bend this all back and I'm just gonna weld iron around here because this is getting ridiculous here. Gotta pound out these rivets. Came out. Oh, popped right out of there. I got this paint, I believe, at the Dollar Tree. Worst paint I've ever used. It's basically water. Made that look alright. Pretty good for like a second weld project, I guess. Turned out pretty nice. Today we're going to learn about bandsaws together. This blade came flying off this bandsaw one day when I was trying to use it. And these are the tires that were on there. And they were pretty loose on there, and I think that was causing the blade to walk off. So I ordered some new tires we're going to get put on the top and the bottom. I know nothing about bandsaws, and we're going to see if we can't get this working nice again. Alright, here's a look at the new tires. Way nicer and way more pliable. Looking on eBay, this is supposedly a pretty nice tire compared to the orange ones you can get on Amazon. It's like 40 bucks for the pair compared to the old one, which is, I don't want to say brittle, but it's not as pliable. Almost like it's a little bit dry rotted. And it also came with this tool, which is definitely just a nail pounded into a dowel rod, but that's to help even out the tire on the new wheel. Special way to fold bandsaw blades. I don't remember what it is. It's pretty cool though. There's a little brush on here to help keep the wheel free of sawdust, it looks like. And you can see there's just a pulley that goes back to the motor. And so this bandsaw is a 14-inch bandsaw because the diameter of this wheel is 14 inches. Therefore, the depth of cut of the bandsaw is also 14 inches. I'm just going to wipe these wheels down with a wet rag to make sure they're clean before I put the new tires on. So I've had these things in a bucket of hot water. It just makes them really pliable. And I guess I read a forum, someone wrote the manufacturer of these tires, and the manufacturer said you're supposed to put the shiny side in toward the wheel. Oh, shoot. Oh, get back on there, you son of a gun. I think I got it. That really tucks in there nice and sits flush. Alright, well that was really hard. Ow! This isn't playing the bearing, by the way. This is just play because this spring isn't tightened up in the back. This bearing's fine. Alright. The blade is on the saw. This is slotted here, and this machine block is hooked to the top wheel. And as I thread this rod in and out, it adjusts the tension of the blade. And so I'm going to use that to get it taut. It shows you adjust tension of blade to scale. So it gives you a 3/4 blade, half blade, quarter blade, eighth blade here. And it shows you, and it has an arrow where you need to adjust it to. So you can see now that this top wheel is angled a little bit this way. There's this knob right here, and that adjusts that. So I can kick that wheel back this way and run it parallel with that other wheel down on the bottom. And depending on how your blade's walking toward the front or the back edge of this crowned wheel, you can try to get it closer to the middle when you turn this on by just tweaking it right or left. And as I spin it, it'll start to walk that blade back toward the center. Let's go a little bit more. Let's try that. Okay, see, now it went a little too far back. Gonna loosen it again, just a touch. It's walking pretty close to the center. We're gonna tweak it in just a hair again. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now here, I can't remember what these blocks are made out of, but basically they're wear blocks. You want those almost touching the blade so that your blade doesn't go like this when you're turning through the wood. And then this bearing, intuitively you would have this blade on the side of this bearing, but that's not the case. You want it riding on the front of this bearing. And similar situation up under the bottom there. Okay, I have this thing all adjusted now. You basically want it so you just have a little bit of play before it touches this bearing. You don't want this bearing spinning while the saw is running. Just when you push into the wood, that's when it'll start spinning. So just a little bit of a gap there and then a little bit of a gap on the sides. Now I'm ready to go ahead and plug this in. I obviously didn't have it plugged in while I was monkeying around with this. A lot of the tires they sell on Amazon and stuff aren't great. They make a specific part number for this bandsaw, and the dimensions are slightly different on this jet bandsaw compared to a lot of the other 14-inch bandsaws. So keep that in mind when you're ordering. It will not fit on the wheel properly if you don't get the right tire. I have this face shield on because it was sitting right there and you can't be too safe, I guess. Got this board out of a guy's shed one time, and it looks like I brought along some buddies. Let's see what's growing in here. Some sort of little eggs. That won't hurt anything. Probably just throw that out. So I'm building a router table here. That router sitting over there is just going to sit right in here. And then I spec'd it so it's going to fit right in between and slide down under my table saw. So it'll be good. Something like that. I'll screw that in there. That should be perfect. Hindsight 2020, I should have screwed into this instead of this. That would have made more sense because this is 1 inch and this is a 1/2 inch. That there, ladies and gents, is the router table I was after. Figured I might as well not put anything on the bottom. That way the sawdust can get cleaned up and won't get stuck in here. I think I'm just going to rubber band a coffee filter on here so we're not sucking up too much sawdust. And I'm going to mount boards right here so that I can clamp this to a table when I use it. But right now I'm just going to take the router out and finish putting these screws in. Designed this so it would slide right up under here. Tucks right up under there pretty nice. So just barely clears height wise with that fence on there, but it's good. Guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you like this video and you'd like to follow along with future adventures, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Lots of videos coming out in the near future. But until then, guys, take care.